Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, what makes a great friend, a good friend, a best friend, a friend? I think we're all too worried sometimes about, a friend should do this and be that and do this and be that. But what about you? What about me? What can we bring to that friendship? I think it's all too often we look at the other as what they need to do. They need to do this. They got to do this. They have to do this. They have to do that. What if, what about you? What do you bring? Oh, I'm loyal, I'm this, I'm that. But what if you're a friend or you let your friend down? Wouldn't you like some grace, right? But when it's your turn to show grace or give that friend a break on something, nope, nope, nope. Hey, they said that, they did that, they didn't do this. You write them off, right? That's not cool. So I think when I am called to be a friend or a best friend to somebody, I'm not perfect. I am a human being and you're not perfect either. So I think it's incumbent upon us that, my friends, the people that I consider friends or a friend or a close friend, that hey, if they let me down, as long as they're not breaking the law and like doing some heinous, crazy, bad thingy, it's like, hey, okay, cool. They dropped the ball here, or they dropped the ball there, or they didn't say this, or they did say this, whatever. Like, you know what? You got to give them a pass over and over again because your day will come where you're gonna want that pass, and you're gonna think, oh, but I, but, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, because the longer you're a friend with somebody, the more passes you're gonna need too. Just as I pass if the person from a different story, but I think all too often we write people off because well, he said that or he didn't say this or he was so fucking petty, like just. And hey, look, if you're not comfortable anymore, cool. You got to write them off. Maybe they're not a best friend anymore. Maybe they fall to just acquaintance level. Fair enough. I have people like that in my life where we used to be closer and now they're just an acquaintance. But I think all too often, especially we hold friends or close friends to, I don't know, maybe too high of a standard. They're not God. I'm not God. You're not God. We, yeah, I think we need to give some leeway. Again, granted, they're not trying to, you know, shag your husband or wife or steal from your house or hurt your family, some overt bad way. I think we write our friends off sometimes because, well, they said this off color comment or bad joke, or when I needed them to help me with this, they weren't there. Like, okay, I mean, be an adult, talk to them about it. Let them know, hey, I was, it wasn't cool. I was upset about that, man. You didn't do this or you did that or you shouldn't. And then, I just want to let you know I still love you. And I think the weld can be stronger than the whole metal piece because again, you're going to fuck up too someday. And then what? And and the longer you're friends, the more you're going to mess up. So I think a good friend doesn't judge, and gives grace and gives forgiveness because you're going to need it. I'm going to need it. We're not perfect. So I find that I tend to have a lot of friends because I there's certain, you can't expect everything from everyone. There's certain friends I go to that are great for this and that, and they're not good for this or that, but they're great for that, but not this. And me too. I'm gonna be great for some things and not great for others. So you got to go to that other friend for that, or this other friend for this, but you can come to me for that. And I think knowing we're human, we only have so much that we can do and give, whether it be mental, financial, spiritual, social, intellectual, whatever. You know what I mean? So you have to know who you can go to, and you can't put everything on one person because that's not fair. And if that person can do something for you, you can't overdo it either. You know what I mean? It's not fair if that person's like, yeah, anytime you need this, call me, and you keep on calling and calling and calling and calling and calling and calling. It's like, yo, man, come on, that's not cool either. Whatever that may be, whatever it may be, and it doesn't matter. Even if the person has a lot of it, whatever it is, you have to know your bounds too. I got to know my bounds. I can't keep on asking my friend for fill in the blank when it's like it's just not right. You know what I mean? So I have to know my boundaries, and they have to know their boundaries, and I have, so I think it's incumbent upon us to realize like friendships, family, whatever, friendships in this case, which is an extension of family, we have to know our lane, know our bounds, and know that we're human. We're finite. We only have so much we can give, period. And it's not right to overdo it and over ask. What is over asking? Well, that's relative, right? And subjective to the person. But my point is, you have to know who you can go to for what and what you can give someone too. And I think, again, that also includes forgiveness for things or understanding or long leash. Or so I know there's friends of mine that I'm like, they're not going to be able to give me advice on this or that. I'm not going to go to them for this or that because they don't have that, or they're not emotionally this or that. I'm not going to expect this or that, or financially this or that, or intellectually or spiritually, whatever, and vice versa. I can't be everything to each one of my friends. I can only do what I can do. I'm finite. I'm a human. I can do this or that for you, but I can't do this and that for you because I don't have this or that, or I don't have the capacity or capability or. So I think when we understand that, we have better friendships, we have better relationships. So I think that's what a good friend is about. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Okay. And, I think with that, we can have great relationships. You can't expect, a horse to be a bird. Both are great, but they're different. So I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Okay. I'm over and out. DJ Tony. Bye.